Okay, First Reformed Church, Pastor Tim coming to you a little after 1 o'clock on Friday, September 11, with a message that I don't relish passing on to you. As a result of changes in our community, in our church, and to our staff connected to COVID-19, the executive team of our consistory had an emergency meeting and decided effective immediately to close all congregational activities, including Sunday worship and use of the building uh, through the next 14 days. That means that we will not be having any church activities Sundays, Wednesdays, any other days of the week until Sunday, September 27. So I'm here with Barry Brandt, our executive director, and Marty Guthmiller, vice president of our consistory, part of the team that made this decision. And Marty shared a little bit of what prompted this call to be made by our leadership.
Sure, thank you. And Pastor Tim hit it. This is not the news that we wanted to give today, but we feel it is the responsible thing to do. Sioux County today, with percent 14-day positive average, is number one in the state. We're the highest positive rates county in the state. Our schools are having high positivity rates also. Now, fortunately, the acuity level is not terribly high in terms of people being really sick. But again, the positivity rate is up there. We just think it's truly the responsible thing to do. Also, and probably as important to that is the impact that we know our First Church family is under right now and is undergoing. And that is that both of our ordained clergy, both Pastor Tim, Pastor Mark, are currently under quarantine. We also have another staff member, and he's given us permission to say that, Galen Klein-Walterink, who has tested positive. Yesterday, I received a call from another congregant of First Reformed Church that him and his wife were almost certainly positive, both feeling ill. And I'm aware of several others. And we just don't feel that it is the right thing to do at this time to bring folks together. Included in this decision is the impact that it's having on our youth teachers and being able to provide those services as well. So this goes beyond the Sunday morning service and is included in our ability to provide the types of things that we need. We do not feel that it's a good idea at this point to bring our praise team together. And so we're going to figure out exactly what we can and can't do in the next 2 weeks. But wanted to give you a little background as to why we reached this decision, and knowing full well that some of you will think it's about time, and others of you will think, what are you doing this for? And we understand that, but we feel also it's our obligation to make this call and believe it is the responsible thing to do.
Yes, I would chime in too that from the very start of this COVID situation, we created a wellness team, and one of the reasons for doing that the consistory did that, was to make sure that when we brought people together, we had things in place that would give as much care as we possibly could to keep you from being exposed. And with having the virus now in our church building and with what's going on in our community, there's a lot of those things, even with what we have in place as far as seating, using a mask if you want to, using hand sanitizer, things like that. There's no guarantee, and the ante has gone up quite a little with what the environment is right now. And so it grieves us to have to say this, but it does seem to be the thing we need to say.
I'll be honest, really no day, maybe perhaps other than Easter, that I'd like less to call off Sunday worship than kick off Sunday, September 13. Honestly, I feel like a quitter. I feel lazy. I feel like we should just press through. But I also feel at the same time like this is important. We need to play our part in this community that we love, Orange City, by doing our our best to control this spread and by keeping one another safe. And this is maybe the most drastic, but it also in some senses is the most simple way to do that, by just simply staying home and staying apart for a while.
I can't say it any better. It's not something that we want to do by any stretch of the imagination. We just feel it's the right thing to do, and you know, we'll figure it out as we go along. Again, I think the thing that's really important is people shouldn't panic. We're not saying that at all. We're thinking it's responsible to limit the spread, but again, we don't want to say that people are gravely ill as a result of this. So far, that we've been really blessed by a low acuity level. And again, if you're going to have one of the two things, high positivity or high acuity, you're going to want the high positivity and the low acuity. And so that's where we're at, and that's where we need to be at this point in time. And we hope you all understand.
We will do our best to continue to communicate with you in the coming hours, especially about some sort of a ministry outreach on Sunday morning, maybe something recorded here from my desk in my home, but we'll try to communicate what's coming and to provide with you with some sort of a gospel message and a word of hope during this weekend as well. If you have any questions, you can email me, Pastor Tim at frcoc.org. Perhaps call if you've got my cell phone number. We'll try to do our best to communicate what we can as we know it. Thank you for your ongoing prayers for our leaders as we make these difficult decisions. And we know that we are still following in the train of Christ, who is victorious, who's the great physician, is our leader and our Lord. And regardless of the mode or the moment, we know that we are part of a movement against which the gates of hell shall not prevail. And we have hope in that. Thanks, everyone, and we'll communicate again with you soon.